Your comments make the show better. Send us your thoughts live on our Facebook channel to be the star of today's show. Can't catch us live? Hit us up on our other social media channels to have your say. For now, welcome to the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Rod Pedersen Show. It is hour one of your favorite sports program, Canada's only morning sports talk show. I'm your host, Rod Pedersen. As the sign says, as the man said, he's your co-host. Joining us for the rollout here for Flooring Superstore, Darren Dupont. Hi, Dupes.
Hi, good morning.
The Titans must have won yesterday,
They did.
Yeah, that's why you're wearing the gear.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
So we're the hosts of the show. I'm Brady. He's Edelman.
Yeah, that's
How's that?
right. That's
in
right.
the good times.
And that's the right size, everything. Yeah.
Not like last night.
No.
Not like last night in Week 13 of the National Football League. And as we lift the lid here on hour one of the program, on the program overall, going to just roll through here what we're going to talk about in the rollout. Week 13 of the National Football League, any takeaways you may have. I'll be honest, watching Sunday Night Football last night from Energy Stadium in Houston got me a little excited.
Yeah.
The Houston Texans and the New England Patriots is now less than a week away. We're going to be there with our guests on the Rod Pedersen Show VIP sports trip. That's just going to be fantastic. I've been lining up guests for the show. You've been lining up the show. We'll be doing live shows down there. Awesome. NHL Sunday, the Montreal Canadiens have lost their 8th consecutive game. And there's a boo, offset, applauding, the Leafs fan. We're so far away from Montreal out here. You don't really feel the tremors of the Canadians losing 8 in a row.
Yeah.
But that's a lot.
That's a big deal. In maybe the biggest hockey market in the country, or at least top two, it's huge. It's massive. And you know that they're not happy about it on the streets of Montreal.
No.
And it doesn't matter what time of year. They are always talking about the Habs in that city.
So I said to Clark, can we get somebody on to talk about the Canadiens, please? We've been doing a lot of football lately, but it is still a hockey country. And he was working on it. And I'm not sure who we got, but I did find out that Don Hewitt's coming up on the program today. The ageless Don Hewitt of CTV Regina. A man can cover two things specifically: the CFL and the Rough Riders and the Montreal Canadiens. And I said, we're good. We're good. Although we may have some actual NHL guys joining us later on. Oilers won again. Did you see that?
I did.
Atop the conference, the division, 17-9-3.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive what they've been able to do, turning it around.
We've got CFL news that we'll get to today. Tommy Condell has pulled his name from coaching positions in BC, Edmonton, and Ottawa. He's the offensive coordinator of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Joining us in the bunker, starting with segment 2, is Mike Abou-Meshrik, Grey Cup champion, 10-year CFLer. Get his take on the CFL news that's out there. We hear that by the end of the week, the Alouettes will name a general manager. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not. I got my thoughts on who it might be. We've also got some news. I've heard that Charleston Hughes has re-signed with the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
That's big.
And they're just awaiting for that to be announced. Within the last 24 hours, he's gone under the knife. If you follow any of his social media, you'll see that. He was in the hospital having surgery. I heard late last week that Charleston Hughes has re-signed with the club. They're just awaiting announcing it. So there's your news there. And our poll question today, I'm getting a lot of this about hockey culture. Are you?
Yep. Tons.
Okay, so I'm not completely off base here.
It's everywhere.
Okay.
It is.
It's kind of, now again, I said we're in the Great White North. We've got a lot of viewers chiming in from America. If they're watching this show, they realize how important hockey is to where we all live. And the Daily Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center poll is, and I'm just going to call it up here right now. Does hockey culture have a problem? This is for Capital Auto Mall, Universal Collision Center. On Twitter, 50% of you say no, it's a witch hunt. Can you put that up again, Clark? My eyes aren't good enough. So on Twitter, what a difference.
Yeah.
50% leading on Twitter say no, it's a witch hunt. 34% say yes, fix it. And 16% say don't know. Literally doesn't apply. They're not part of the hockey culture or have never been part of it. I didn't get to the Facebook results. So 52% say yes, there's a problem. Fix it. 33% say no, it's a witch hunt, and 15% say don't know. So I guess it's the difference in the kind of people that are on each different platform.
Yeah, and it's kind of flipping, and that's how quickly it's moving.
And I put it up about 30 minutes ago, so you got 23 and a half hours to vote on that. but I'm getting it a lot. I don't like that Daniel Carcillo and Sean Avery are speaking out against hockey and against their coaches, but these are two problem guys in the first place. They really are. And Kelly Chase, good Saskatchewan guy, married a milestone girl, went after Carcillo on Twitter, and I'm just like, Chaser, don't. Because it's like arguing with a 5-year-old. You're never gonna convince him. His mind is set, and they're causing a lot of problems. He's got the commissioner of the Western Hockey League now. I'm gonna meet with him, and if there is a problem, then it needs to be addressed for sure. But I was raised in the culture. I don't necessarily think that there is a problem with it. I don't, but we're sure getting a lot of talk about it. And starting the discussion is fine.
Yeah.
But we all those years growing up in hockey, then working in the Western League for 17 years, now working in the SJHL as closely as I did with them, you always heard about that whack job coach. You always heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a tiny, minute one. There's bad people in every segment of society. So there's bad people in hockey. Guess what? There's bad people in ballet. There's bad people at the university. There's bad people on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, to me, necessarily a hockey problem. That's me. And we're getting differentiating results from our polls this morning.
Yeah, and the bad people don't last. I mean, eventually, they don't win. They don't last. So, when we're seeing that now too, it's very interesting. I don't know that it's a hockey problem. Hockey's the focus now, and clearly there's a problem within hockey. But it's not specific. It's not only hockey. That's for sure. So I don't know if this is when this ends. I really don't. But I know there's a lot of coaches looking over their backs. Brent Sutter, has been taking a lot of heat on social media, but he's had a lot of players coming to his defense too. So it's really a polarizing issue.
It is. And going way back to Mike Babcock last week, I said, if you think Mike Babcock's the only guy playing mind games with players, you're sorely mistaken. I think this is a lot of people from outside the game looking in, taking bad examples, and making hockey look bad. And I just have a severe problem with that. There's been issues with teams that I've been around in sport that were addressed and dealt with at the time.
For sure.
Not lingering.
No.
Problems. So interesting. Mike Lee checking in from Stillwater, Oklahoma this morning. Randy Nickel watching in Las Vegas. Bill down in Assiniboia. We got people want to talk about the SJHL trades. Their trade deadline was yesterday, and there was a litany of trades. I'll cover that in the sports update, so hang on. That's coming up. I'll just say this. We got a little bit of time left here in the rollout for Flooring Superstore and the Trent Dicken family. I saw that you had a very busy weekend.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly say, here's mine. I fell off the food wagon this weekend. Like when I was in Texas, I told you my doctor down there said I had to lose 30 pounds. And while it did hurt my feelings, I came back. I've lost 9 pounds in 3 weeks.
Wow.
The first 3 weeks. Hey, it's all up here. You can do it, folks. You can do it too. But then this weekend, we go for a family supper Friday to Greco's with the Greeks. Saturday night, my wife's Christmas party, which I told Leo Pentel, the head chef at the Connexus Arts Center, I said, Leo, I've been everywhere. This is the greatest dessert display I've ever seen in my life. Anywhere. And I delved headfirst dove right on the table. And then yesterday went down to Famoso, the restaurant we used to own, and gorged myself on pizza down there. So it's starting again today. But the thing was, I was around family the whole time. And everywhere I went, people are asking me about this show. Are you having as much fun as it looks? Are you doing okay financially? Yeah, that part's fine. But I'm around family.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
It's new for everybody, including my family. It reminds me of Thanksgiving Day weekend. You saw that photo that we put up with 30 people around a table. Mm-hmm. My family was looking at me going, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
You haven't been here for 30 years.
Right.
And they got used to it.
Now you're going to get them getting used to it.
Right. And people are asking me, are you emceeing this sports dinner? Are you going to do this? And I'm like, no, I'm going to enjoy the Christmas holiday season, family party season. I've had to miss this for 30 years. Life's great.
Yeah.
So I continue to answer these questions. I hope at some point I won't have to answer them anymore.
Yeah.
But it was all family stuff. It was great stuff, and it was a great weekend. Now, having said that, you're the one out busting your ass.
Well,
all over the province.
Define that. I mean, I have a lot of fun. I mean, that's everything we do. It's not work, right? We do it because we love it. So I was in Pambroon, Saskatchewan. Never been there. I'd been it's just south of Swift Current, past Gravelburg, but I'd recently been to Pontex. So the area is becoming more and more familiar. But this is kind of like the Bible Belt of of the prairies, because it's all the schools. It's Briarcrest and it's Miller College of the Bible, and so it's the college conference, which I'm not really familiar with, the Prairie Athletic Conference. So it was their volleyball championships. So that was kind of cool. Called the 2 gold medal games on television there, and they've seen the show. So it's even reached that part of the province and that part of the country, because they're into Alberta and Manitoba. So that was a lot of fun traveling. Roads weren't great, but it was. But I love traveling throughout the winter. And then yesterday, I'm helping coach an initiation hockey team as an assistant coach, and so we were in Rollout,
the home of John Lynch.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I didn't see him on the wall in the rink, unfortunately.
No, he never was in the rink. But he's a football guy.
Keith Olley's everywhere over that rink. You know that, right? And all the other stuff. Beautiful arena. And so in there, and as we saw in the pre-show and on Twitter, enjoying the food there, the rink burgers. My goodness, I mean,
it's pretty. By the way, it's pretty rare that you have a bad one in this province.
It is.
So I'm just gonna put that out there.
And that was it. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, I can't wait for this game to be over, because we played early in the morning, so I can go get a rink burger. So that was really cool. We talk about the food, unbelievable. And then even on my way home, I had to make sure on Saturday from Pambram, I had to make sure I stopped in Moose Jaw and got some ribs from the Mad Greek, because those are always really good.
Wow, good for you. That's a good weekend.
It was awesome.
Actually, when I was in Moose Jaw last week speaking to Peacock Collegiate, the high school football team, and then the grades 11s and 12s, as I was driving in downtown Moose Jaw, I'm staring longingly at Deja Vu, the wing place. 67 flavors of wings
and milkshakes.
At Deja Vu. I was like, I'll wait. I'll wait.
The red velvet milkshake is so good.
We should go get one.
Tastes like red velvet cake.
The Prairie Mobile text line is open, 306-840-8777. That's 840-8777, Prairie Mobile. They are your SaskTel authorized dealer. Tell them I sent you. Brady writes in from Saskatoon with a couple things. He says, hey, Rod, could you give your opinion on how the Habs have been playing and what they could improve on to get out of their winless streak, the longest it's been in 72 years? I'm going to ask that with Don Hewitt when he comes on, Brady. First and foremost, wait for that. And he says, are the Oilers a serious contender for a playoff run in the West? Well, they are. Look, U.S. Thanksgiving, they say, is the cutoff, man. Now the cream's separating. So listen, give me till January 1st. If the Oilers stay on this clip, and there's no reason to expect that they won't be, yes, they will. But Mike Smith's hurt now. Mm-hmm. And they've called up Stuart Skinner, and we all saw what Skinner did with the Swift Current Broncos. Won him a league title in net. So, but he's not Mike Smith.
No.
So let's see what happens over the next month, and I will be more comfortable saying whether the Oilers are a legit playoff contender. But I would say the answer already is they're a playoff contender. They're going to be in. Are they a cup contender? They're posting pretty much a wire-to-wire lead right now, and we're into December.
Yeah.
So thank you for the Oilers question. We'll delve into that more later. And then Brady did give us some number 27s, as this is episode number 127. Do you know any offhand that you'd like to point out?
Yeah, Scott Niedermayer's.
That was a good one.
That one popped up right away. Eddie George. Was he not 27? Right? Eddie George?
Wow,
I should
the
know
Titans?
That. I should know that, but I don't want to, So Eddie
That's
George,
good.
that's a good one for me.
Okay, well, the very first one that popped into my mind was Jordan Eberle. That was the first number he wore with the Pats. He later switched it to 7. Glenn Suter.
Yeah.
Like, am I a Saskatchewan guy or what? Eberle and Suter are the first two guys I thought of with number 27. Ray Rice. Remember him? Mm-hmm. Dave Semenko.
Oh, yeah.
Oiler great. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Sr.
They both were.
That from Brady. Mike Trout. Jose Altuve.
Okay.
Giancarlo Stanton.
It's a good baseball number.
It's a great baseball number. So we'll take your number 20. The Big M. Frank Mahovlich. Daryl Sittler. Alex Kovalev, who quite frankly is the most talented hockey player I've ever seen in my life. Alexei Kovalev.
Wasn't he good?
Made my mouth water watching him play live. So he played with Ottawa in a preseason game at the Brand Center. And I'm like, this guy is unbelievable. Did you want to try? You know how good you'd be if you just try?
I know.
You know? And by the way, there's my friend John Schmidt. He's the one that wrote in Alexei Kovalev. And Todd Pinkney, the record-setting kicker from the Rams. You see, I got my Rams jersey on here today. U of R Rams. He says Ron Hextall. 27, man. We could go on till midnight on that. Abu in the bunker next. On the way today, Jackie Mitchell, Rider great linebacker. Dave Naylor from the CFL on TSN with the latest CFL goings-on. Just getting rolling. Thanks for joining us for coffee this morning. Caliber Coffee. It's the Rod Pedersen Show on Facebook Live and listen live at rodpedersen.com.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of the Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.